Hey, what's up? Baneslayer here. Today I'm going to talk about the largest European cEDH tournament so far and how I got third place in this tournament. So the tournament is called the Pirate Chest 2. It was held in Lisbon, Portugal, in a nice hotel, to be honest. And it was a 2-day event. So day 1 was 5 rounds of Swiss, and then day 2 was the 6th round, and then the semis and the finals if you got to the top 16, obviously. So here we can see the official stream that they held, cEDH PT Portugal, and here I am. This is just the final match. This is the finals, the top 4. And here we're like having a bit of fun talking, between each other. And here actually we're looking at each other's deck lists. So only in the finals you could do this, obviously. In the Swiss rounds, even the semis, you couldn't pull up the phone and look at your deck list or the opponent's ones. But in the finals, you could do this. They gave us like 10 minutes. As a cEDH player, I was looking for stacks pieces that these guys, could potentially be running against me. I didn't care about the rest because there was like, you'll see now, it was 2 blue farms, 1 Tevesh Crom, which is essentially blue farm. But yeah, essentially 3 blue farms and me playing cEDH. So I was looking for stacks pieces. It's the only thing I cared. They all 3 obviously were running opposition agent, so that was, pretty rough. We'll see at one point, in fact, let's see if I can show you. But at one point, I think there goes the slam dunk opposition agent. Another opponent was going to play it as well. So eventually there was like 2 opposition agents in play. I didn't even have cEDH. I was just drawing cards. I had like 15 cards in hand at one point. So what happened here in the finals is that there's a ruling, at least in this tournament, I think in Europe in general. It's allowed to draw. You're allowed to draw the game and basically restart the finals. And that's what we did, because if you look at this board, I had Mystic Remora and the One Ring. This guy had Tymna, the One Ring, Mystic Remora. Tevesh had Tevesh, Displacer Kitten, he was drawing a ton of cards as well. The other blue farm had, Mystic Remora around here, Tymna, Esper Sentinel. So we were like drawing 5 cards a turn, guys. It was crazy. I had 15 cards in hand, the rest as well. And we were like, let's just restart. This makes no sense whatsoever. We were laughing every turn at this point. So we decided to draw and restart the game. And in game 2, we had only 55 minutes left. So we restarted the second game. It was only 55 minutes left. And we were basically just rushing things, playing kind of badly, to be honest. This guy, Pedro Costa, the end he just suicided because he was like, I'm going all in, This is my last turn. Yeah, here he is. No protection whatsoever. He was like, here's Thassa and Consult. He died, obviously. He Final Fortune, so he died. And then we were basically us 3 left. Yeah, here he dies. And so this is like my last turn. I go, as well for the win. I cast a Reverie. Tevesh Crom had that 2 mana blue spell, Mystic something, where creature... He made basically that my Reverie was a thrall when it came into play. So I couldn't win. Then the last turn of the game was Anje. Amazing guy, actually. I met him previously in the Swiss rounds, but that game was like, convoluted. And then we met again in the top 4. We were like friends already. And we went to have lunch actually before the finals. So yeah, that was cool. And basically this was the last turn, Anje's last turn, the last turn of the game. And we drew. We drew the game, we drew the finals. There was no winner. And the winner was Gil Ferro, was determined by standings, by opponent's win rate, which kind of sucks. I mean, not for him because he won, right? You could tell he was like dragging the game a bit. I mean, it's not his fault. I would probably do the same. He was taking his time during his turns because he knew that if we drew the game, he would be the winner by standings. So that's what happened in the end. Congrats to him. We all played amazingly. Pedro Costa actually had insane politics. This guy is just so ridiculous. Playing with him, it's just so funny, and it was just amazing. I learned so much. Probably the best politics I've seen, if not top 3 politics in cEDH I've seen for sure. And I learned a lot from my opponents. That was cool. Let's see the top decks. As you see, it was the largest European cEDH tournament. If you compare it with other US events, we see, Silicon Dynasty 102. So It even had more than Silicon Dynasty. So this Portuguese tournament, just amazing, you know, the biggest European one. So let's see the top decks here. And here we see the winner is Tevez Crom. So yeah, it's like a blue farm deck, but with a few spicy things like Displacer Kitten to blink Tevez. He did it several times. It's pretty insane because you make thralls, then you blink it with Displacer, and you can immediately sack one thrall to draw 2. If you draw a cantrip or a, you know, a rock, you play it, you blink again Tevez, and you just repeat this process. You can basically draw a ton of cards. It's pretty insane. And then he has like, you know, Malevolent Hermit. It's very good with Tevez because you can sack it and then cast the flip side, you know, and you make your non-creature spells uncounterable. It's pretty neat. He also runs Yawgmoth Will. This was funny in the finals. I had a Dranith out. He didn't realize, and he casts Yawgmoth Will. And, you know, the rest of us were like, sure, buddy, like... And then he realized, he was like, fuck, just pass the turn, you know? Then the second spot was Pedro Costa. This guy, as I said before, insane politics, just amazing to play against this guy. He's like very confident in his politics. He's talking a lot and stuff, and that's how you win games in cEDH, to be honest, as well. So, yeah, just a basic blue farm deck. Not many, you know, spicy things here. Then there's my deck, Sisay. Yeah, the only Sisay in the top 16. This is my Sisay Super Friends list. I have here my past performances in the previous months. Yeah, top 4 Mox Masters, Chaos, and now top 4 at the Pirate Chest. You know, I may do a separate video and a deck tech on this because there's just so many things. But yeah, it's just such a fun deck. It's my favorite deck by far. It's just a kind of a toolboxy thing. I've always liked that in Magic. And with Sisay, basically, you just tutor your wins, your combos. Either Aminato, Nicole Bolasouth of Teferi, or Dorevia Miel Gaia's Cradle. Then we have Anje with another blue farm. You know, again, pretty standard blue farm list. Well, this is pretty spicy, Boromir. He's not running Lavinia, basically because Boromir, you can sack it if you need an opponent to counter something for free. Whereas Lavinia can act like, you can Kingsmake with Lavinia, you know? Because you can't sack it and then your opponents can't defend you against another opponent winning. But Boromir you can sack and you can let other players cast their Force of Wills or whatever. And then, yeah, 5th place, this is one of my friends. I'm from Spain, I'm from Barcelona. So we were like, I think 6, 7 or even 8 from Barcelona. We went together to this event. And this is one of them, you know, this is one of the guys that plays in my local LGS, basically. And he was so close, right? He did an amazing job in the Swiss rounds, basically winning 3 games in the Swiss rounds. Pretty amazing. He plays, yeah, Roxai, very fast deck. Here we see Zur the Enchanter. I played against this guy in the Swiss round. He nearly won, actually. It's a scary deck because, you know, he got Zur the Enchanter down, and then he nearly got, you know, Necropotence for the win. So it's a scary deck, no doubt. Yeah, I played against this guy in the semifinals as well, this Thrasios Krag. He nearly wins as well with Breach, insane deck. Then we have Kenrith, then Sergi Perez. This is another guy, another friend of us that we went together to this tournament. Very happy for him. He nearly gets to the top. He was playing Blue Farm, very good player as well. Another friend from Barcelona, Alexander Kiyamu, playing Atraxa, another guy of us in the top 4. And then honorable mention actually to Unrivaled. He's playing Sisay as well. He nearly got in. I was kind of sad because we drew the last game of the Swiss rounds to hopefully all of us get into the top, and he got 17th by standings. But he's running a very spicy Sisay deck. We see here things like Sigarda. That's insane because you can play basically Sigarda and then Sakashima Sigarda. So you have 2 Sigardas and you can't target anything he has. And it's, you know, pretty insane. He's running Teferi. This is so good, so awesome. I never thought about running Teferi and Sisay, but honestly, I mean, it's kind of good, right? It's kind of a silence in your turn, and you can cast like Sisay at instant speed or combo at instant speed. Pretty awesome. Olivia, another card that I've considered adding to my Sisay deck, especially now that the new cat, Silence Grand Abolisher cat, is coming out. So we'll see what happens with this, but I ordered one the other day. So yeah, overall, an amazing experience. The guy that organized the event as well, Kaka, a very nice guy, the judges as well and everything. Very happy with the event. I love Lisbon as well. I traveled there 2 months ago, basically as a tourist, and I loved it. And this time, you know, I got third in the largest European cEDH tournament. So definitely looking forward to other big European events. I think these guys are gonna do an even bigger event next year for sure. They were saying they were gonna, you know, basically get a bigger sized room in another bigger hotel, I guess. So looking forward to this, no doubt, to the next huge European cEDH event. See you guys in the next video.